Hello everyone, I am Nicole Nerit from group Mojo Jojo of INF 243. And welcome to our video tutorial where we will be discussing some basic functionalities of the operating system Windows. But before we start, let me introduce my groupmates. We have Michelle Ann Basco, Elijah Ashby Dacanay, Rei Vince Galvez, Pia Gianne Portento, and Alonzo Torres.
Now, let us start with the Project 101, where we will be exploring the history of computer using the Internet. The Internet can be a rich source of information about the history of computers. In this project, you can use the Internet to review the history of computers, software, and the Internet itself. You will need a computer with any operating system installed that has access to the Internet. Now let us start by logging on to any computer with internet access and a web browser. You can see here that I have my own internet access and we will be using the Edge browser for this project. Now let us search the computer history website, which is the www.computerhistory.org/timeline. Now that we're in our website, let us try determining the answer to the following question. But before that, let me give you a tip. To efficiently browse the internet, we can use some keywords for specific searching, such as the year of when a certain project or an invention came out. Let us try with the first question. Which three PCs were released in 1977? Our keyword here is the year 1977. Now, you can see here that we can also choose the category. Then let's choose the computer category. Here are the three PCs that were released in 1977, which is the Apple II, the Commodore Personal Electronic Transactor, and the Tandy Radio Shack. Easy as that. Now, let's try the second question. What was the first non-kit PC developed in 1973? Let's use our keyword 1973 and browse through the website to find the answer. And it is the Micro, which is one of the earliest commercial non-kit personal computers. Let's try searching for the third question, which is what important data storage medium was released in 1983? Our keyword here is the year 1983. And the one released in 1983 is the Bernoulli box. It uses a special cartridge-based system that used hard disk technology. Bernoulli box was the type of removable storage that allowed people to move large files between computers with few alternatives, such as network. Now let us try searching the fourth question, which is what does ASCII stand for and what year did it came out? Now, our keyword here is the ASCII because it is the one that stands out the most. And ASCII is released in 1963 and it stands for American Standard Code for Information Interchange, which permits machines from different manufacturers to exchange data. Now let us try the fifth question. What was the name of the first fully transistorized computer which was developed in 1955? Now let us try a different keyword or keywords. Let's use the transistorized computer. And now it's shown here. The Grimsdale and Webb. And now it shows here that was released in 1953. Which is the first fully transistorized computer, which is the Manchester TC. Now, let us proceed to the sixth question, which was, what is the input and output devices that were used by the Manchester Mark I computer? So our keywords here are the Manchester Mark I. Now here is the Manchester Mark I. built by a team led by engineer Frederick Williams and Tom Kilburn. The Mark I serves as the prototype for Ferranti's first computer, the Ferranti Mark I. And now let's search the last question. In what year was the World Wide Web was born via the development of Hypertext Markup Language or HTML? And who developed HTML? Now let's start searching our first keywords, which are the World Wide Web. If there is no result like this, we can always search up the internet. There's a lot of websites that are reliable and also has more information than this website. Now let us visit another website, which is the Hub's Internet Timeline. Rock1 is rock1.org. Now, let us determine the answers to the following questions. First one is BitNet, one of the predecessors of the Internet, was launched in 1981. Now, let us go to 1981. BitNet stands for because it's time network. Now, let us find the answer for that question number 2. What worms struck on the Internet in 2001? Now, let's go to the year 2001. 2001. The worm that struck the internet in 2001 is the cold bread worm, and along with Zika virus, that infiltrated thousands of web servers and email accounts, respectively, causing a spike in the internet bandwidth usage and the security breaches in July 2001. Now let us find the answer for the question number 3, which is what food could you get through the internet in 1994? Now, just like before, let's go to the year 1990s and find the year 1994. And here's the answer. Yes, it's true, you can now order pizza from the Hut online. Now let us find the answer for the question number 4. What famous person sent an email in 1976? Now, just like before, let's go to 1970s and go to the year 1976. And the famous person who sent an email on March 26 is the Queen of the United Kingdom, Elizabeth II. And lastly, and the 5th question, what country offered internet voting for local elections in 2005? Then let's go to the year 2000s and go to 2005 to find the answer for that question. And it is Estonia who offers internet voting nationally for local elections. And for the last question, in 2008, what kind of network did NASA test? Now let's go to 2008. And here we see that NASA successfully tested the first deep space communication network modeled on the internet using the disruption tolerant networking or DTN software to transmit images to or from science spacecraft 20 million miles above the Earth. Now let us close our browser. You can see how fast and efficient the internet is. By just one click away, you can have the answer for whatever question that you have. Now that we're done with the project 1.1, let us now proceed to the project 1.2, which is to explore the Windows 10 interface. A good place to start learning about an operating system is to perform a preliminary exploration of its user interface and the tools available to work with and manage the system. In this project, you explore the Windows 10 interface and some of its tools. If your computer is open like mine, we don't need to do the second step. Let us just skip it and go to the third step. Notice the taskbar, which is at the bottom of the desktop on mobile system. This is the taskbar. This part where some of my applications are stored. Now, let us Click Start to view the available applications you can run and tasks that you can complete. Let us click the Start button. Here you can see some of your apps. You can click this All button to show all your applications available. You can see the recently opened apps or files in this recommendation bar. You can see. Now that you have learned that you can see all your applications in the Start button, let us try the next step. On Windows 8.1 or Windows 10, you can right-click the Start button to see the list of administrative tasks that are particularly important to an IT administrator or computer technician. Let us right-click the Start button and browse through the available tools. Here are the available tools, which are the installed apps, Mobility Center, Power Options, Event Viewer, System, Device Manager, Network Connections, Disk Management, Computer Management, Terminal Access by Admin, Task Manager, Settings, File Explorer, Search, the Run Terminal, the Shutdown or Sign Out button, and the desktop. Now that we have seen the administrative tools, let us try to use one of it. Right-click the Start button and click Command Prompt. Since we're using an updated version of our operating system, the command prompt is renamed as the terminal. Notice the option for command prompt for the terminal admin, which runs the terminal with the administrative privilege required for some demands. Now let us open the terminal admin. When we open the terminal with that administrative function, we can access everything in our computer. Now let us use our terminal or the command prompt. Let's type help and press enter to see all the commands you can run from the terminal or command prompt. Now you can see here all the commands that you can use. Now let us type exit to close the command prompt. Now let us try another tool. Right-click Start and click System. And this will show the information about the installed operating system and the computer, as you can see here. From here, you can change the computer name or join a work group or a domain. This window also tells you whether the Windows is activated. Now let us close this one by clicking the X at the upper right corner. Now let's try another tool. Right-click the Start button again and click Computer Management. In the tree, this left pane, under the Computer Management and System tool, let us click Device Manager. Now it comes here all the functions that we can do in the Device Manager. Now, what types of devices that you can use with the computer that are displayed in the right pane? Here are the devices that we can use. Now let us double click the processors, and you can see the processors that are installed in your computer. Now let us try another function again, where we double click network adapters. Now you can see here all the network adapters that are installed. We have Bluetooth device, Intel wireless AC, WAN mini port, WAN mini port IP, and so on and so forth. Now let us close the computer management window Those are some of the basic tools that you can use in your computer. Now that we're done with Project 1.2, let us proceed to Project 1.3, where we will be discussing how to view the devices and device drivers in Windows 10. Devices are connected to a computer, such as the keyboard, are linked into the operating system through device drivers. In this project, you view the keyboard device drivers installed in Windows 10. The first step is to start your Windows 10 computer and log on if necessary. And now, let us right-click the Start and then click the Device Manager. Here you can see all the drivers that are installed in your computer. Let us find the keyboard, and here you can see what type of keyboard is installed in your computer. Let us double click it and go to the driver tab and go to driver's detail to see the details of your keyboard driver. Now, can you find who is the provider of the keyboard device driver and is the device driver is digitally signed for security? Now, my keyboard provider is the Microsoft Corporation, which is the one that is already installed in my laptop computer. And it is digitally signed by Microsoft Windows. Now, after that, you can now click OK and cancel, as you already have seen the device driver of your keyboard. Now let us close our windows and let us now proceed to Project 1.4. Now that we're done with the Project 1.3, let us now start with Project 1.4, which is Examine Multitasking in Windows 10. Multitasking enables the user of a desktop operating system to perform many activities at once, such as running a word processor, using a spreadsheet, or running a web browser. In this project, you take advantage of multitasking using Windows 10. Now let us start by starting your Windows 10 computer and log on if necessary. Click in the Search the Web and Windows text box next to the Start button. Type Notepad. Now let us search the web again and type Calculator. Another one, and let us try the Paint application. Now you can see that we have 3 programs running, which are the Paint, the Calculator, and the Notepad. Notice that the icon appears for each application in the taskbar. This is where you see all the icons that are available. This is where you see the icons of the applications that we have open. Windows is now multitasking. Now let us use the click the calculator icon to bring its window in front of others. Now let us press the Ctrl-Alt-Delete to open our task manager. Or we can simply search it here. Task Manager. In the Task Manager, you can see the list of running programs. This list only shows programs you started that have an open window. Now let us click more details, which is already open, and you can see here all the details of the running applications in your computer. Now you can see how I multitask all the applications in my computer. Here in the Task Manager, you can see the 3 sections, which are the app. Here are the app names, the background processes, and the Windows processes. For each app or process, you see the percentage of CPU each app is using. This part is where you can see how much your application uses the CPU and the amount of memory it uses also, as well as the disk and the network bandwidth. In the Task Manager, let us click the Performance tab. This tab displays the information about the system resource in use, such as the CPU, performance, and the memory usage. Let us try closing one or two application. Let us close the calculator and the paint application. Here you can see that there is a change in the CPU and memory usage. Let us close our windows, and there you have it. You can see how important to know to navigate the Task Manager. Because in the Task Manager, you can see how our application runs and how much memory it consumes, and how your operating system will likely to perform. Now that we're done with the project 1.4, let us now proceed to the project 2.1, which will be discussed by Elijah Ashby Dacanay.
Hi everyone, and I am Elijah Ashby M. Dacanay, and in this video we're going to do or discuss the project 2.1 to 2.4. And in these projects, we'll learn how to use the built-in search feature to find files, open File Explorer, and even launch programs like Command Prompt. And also make sure that you are logged in to your Windows 10 or 11 computer before we begin. And don't worry if your setup looks a little different, that is completely fine. Okay, alright, and let's get started. And project 2.1, use the Windows search function. Windows 10 or 11 offers a convenient search program to quickly find files and start applications. And in this project, we will learn how to use the search the web and Windows search box in Windows 10 or 11. And let's just proceed to step number 1. Okay? Step number 1, start and log on to your Windows 10 computer or Windows 11. Click the search the web and Windows text box next to the start button right here at the bottom part. And number 2, type file, and also notice that the operating system interactively searches as you are typing. Let's try it. File Explorer, and as you can see right here. And for our next step is to click the File Explorer in the search results menu to start the File Explorer. There you go, and let's just close it again. And as an alternative, you can start the program by entering its file name in the search box. Click the search the web and Windows text box again. Type explorer.exe. And after hitting the enter, it will start the File Explorer right here. Let's go explorer.exe. And there you go. Here's the File Explorer. Okay, let's just close it again. And for our last alternative, we can just type the CMD and press enter. CMD and press enter. There you go. And in the command prompt window, type dir and press enter to list the directories and files in their current directory. Let's just type dir. Okay, there you go. As you can see here, you can see all the list or files in my current directory. Okay, and then type dir/a and press enter. And let's try it. dir/a and then press enter. Right here. And you will see a long list of files and directories including system and hidden files. The /a option in the dir command specifies that all files should be listed. And then let's just close the command prompt window. And since we're already finished with project 2-1 or 2.1, make sure to follow the step number 11 and stay logged on. The next video will move straight into project 2.1 or 2-2, where we'll continue exploring more features in Windows 10 or 11. So don't go anywhere and let's continue it right away. Hi again everyone, and in this part of this video, we're going to do the project 2.2, browse the Windows 10 or 11 registry. And in this project, we'll learn how to open and explore the Windows registry, which is the database that stores all your system and software configuration settings. So let's start. Right now, we're on project 2.2, browse the Windows 10 registry. And in this project, we're gonna browse the registry of Windows 11 or 10, and be careful not to make any changes to the registry because the registry editor does not have a save or OK function. So any changes may take effect immediately. Also, there is no undo key, so please be careful. And our first step is to always log in to our Windows 10 or Windows 11 computer or laptop. Okay, then our next step, the number 2 step, is click the search the web and Windows text box, type regedit, press enter, and yes. Okay, let's try it. Here, regedit. As you can see here, the regedit shows up, and let's open it. Click yes. Then there you go. And our next step is in the right now, we can see the interface like File Explorer that shows 5 folders called keys, and each key contains information about different aspects of the system, such as hardware settings, user environment settings, application settings, and Windows system settings. Okay, and our next step is here in the left pane, click to expand HKey local machine. HKey local machine. And under that is software. Under software is Microsoft. And under Microsoft is Windows. So Windows. Under the Windows is the current version. And under the current version is authentication. Then click log on UI. And here at the right pane, this displays the number of values related to the current user right here. Let's just close it and let's proceed to step number 5. Here in this step number 5, also in the left pane of the registry editor, navigate to HKey current user. Right here, and under that control panel, right click it and click find. Control panel, click find. And in the find dialog box is click to uncheck keys and data, leaving only the values checked. And in the find what box, type wallpaper and click find next. Okay, wallpaper. And the value shows the path to the wallpaper used by the current user right here in the right pane. And that's it, guys. Let's just close it again. And again, we are already finished here with project 2.2, and again, make sure to follow this step number 7, stay logged on. In the next part of this video, we'll move straight into project 2.3, and right now, we're going to do the project 2-3, work with MMC and group policy editor in Windows 10. In this project, we will explore how to use the Microsoft Management Console or MMC and load the snap-in called the local group policy editor. These tools lets you configure system policies and manage how your computer behaves. In large organizations, group policy helps IT administrations apply consistent settings and security across all computers in a network. So let's get started. And we're on project 2-3, work with the MMC and group policy editor. And let's just proceed to step number 1. Log on to Windows 10 or 11 computer or laptop. Then step number 2 is click the search text box right here at the bottom. Type MMC, press enter, and then click yes. Let's try it. MMC. Let's open it. Then click yes. Right here, it shows the console 1. Now, here in the console that opens, click File, and then click Add Remove Snap In. This in the Add or Remove Snap-ins dialog box. Browse through the available snap-ins right here. Scroll down and click Group Policy Object Editor. Part of the name may be cut off, and then click Add right here in the middle. Unfortunately, in my device, there is no Group Policy Object Editor. However, if you can see it in yours, proceed to click Add. Okay? And click OK. Then, since there's no Group Policy Object Editor in my device, let's follow through the steps in this project. Now, in the number 4, in the Select Group Policy Object window, click Finish and click OK. Now, for the next step, the left pane of the console, right here in the console root, click to expand local computer policy, computer configuration, and Windows settings. Then click Security Settings, the right pane. Double-click Account Policies and then Password Policy. This is where policies are configured that control password and account lockout settings. For the next step, in the left pane, click to expand user configuration and administrative templates. And then click Control Panel. The right pane displays a number of settings for Control Panel. The Control Panel can be completely disabled or customized with these settings. And lastly, browse through some additional settings. In a domain environment, the administrator can configure any of these settings to affect selected users and computers in the domain. Close the console when prompted to save the settings, then click No. And we've just completed the project 2-3, where we learned how to use the Microsoft Management Console and explore the Group Policy Editor. And then make sure to follow the step number 8 and stay logged on. And finally, we're on the last project 2-4, libraries and the quick access list in Windows 10. So let's proceed to step number 1. Log on to your Windows 10 or Windows 11 computer. Next is the Open File Explorer by right-clicking Start and clicking File Explorer. Okay, I'm gonna show you how to do it. And right here, beside the text box, you can see the Start. Right-click and then simply click the File Explorer. And it shows the File Explorer right here. And our next step is to work with libraries. You must enable them in the navigation pane. To do so, click View in the File Explorer menu bar and then click Navigation pane. Then click to select Show Libraries. I'm going to show you how to do it. And if Show Libraries is already checked, skip this step. Okay, right here, click the View button right here, Show and Navigation pane right there. I'm not gonna do it because it's already checked, and let's proceed to the next step. So in the left pane of File Explorer, right click Libraries, okay, right here, and point to New and click Library right here. Then we're gonna name it Programs. There you go. And our next step is to right click, then click Properties. Here, our next step is to add a new folder. and navigate to the C drive and click Program Files x86. Then click Include Folder right here. Then browse to your C drive here. Then click Program Files x86. Then include folder. And our next step is to click Add to add a new folder again. Navigate to C drive and click Program Files, this time without x86. Here, this one, include folder. Now, in order to change the library icon, choose press the change library icon right here. Then we're gonna choose right here and click OK. Now our next step is to click to expand programs. Right here in the right pane, expand, and you see a list of files and folders contained in 2 folders right here. Programs, and under programs is Program Files x86 and Program Files. Now our next step is to click the search programs text box at the top right of the File Explorer window and type internet. So click program, and then right here at the top right, search internet. Okay, and this search will show all files and folders whose name or your contents contain the word internet. Okay, and our last step is click the home menu, or right click the home menu here in the File Explorer, and then click Pin to quick access. Here, pin current folder to quick access. And there you go. You can see the internet right here is being pinned. Now, a new item is added under the quick access list in the left pane of File Explorer. You see a search icon named internet. Click internet to see the search results in the right pane. And from now on, you can click the internet search icon in the quick access list to repeat the search results right here. And that's it, guys. Now we're gonna close the File Explorer, and that's it, guys. We've officially completed projects 2.1 to 2.4, where we explored some of the core Windows 10 or 11 tools, including the control panel, registry editor, group policy editor, libraries with quick access, and many more. Through these projects, we learned how to navigate Windows settings safely, and customize the environment, and organize files efficiently. These are essential skills for anyone managing or troubleshooting Windows computers. And if you've been following along, great job! And you've now built a solid foundation for more advanced projects coming up next. And don't forget to save your progress, log off properly, and take a short break before moving to the next module. See you guys!
Hi, I'm Alonzo Torres. On this part, I will be teaching you how to monitor your CPU usage using our task manager. So first things first, we need to start our Windows computer. So after opening the Windows computer, we go to our task manager right here, and let's try to right click it and click the task manager itself. So after clicking the task manager, you should see a window tab that we'll be using to monitor our CPU usage. So after clicking the task manager, you need to go to the performance tab, since this is where the part we can see the usage of our CPU. So we can see the other things that we can monitor also: the memory, the disk, the Ethernet, and the GPU. So let's focus on the CPU first. So you can see all the details of our CPU that we are currently using. So on top right of our window tab, we can see the version of our CPU that we are currently using, which is the Ryzen 5 5600G. So Below, we can see the utilization percentage, the speed, the processes, and other things that we can find for the status of our CPU. As you can see, we have a graph here below the CPU. So this is the real-time update of our CPU usage. So you can see that the CPU graph is very stable right now. So because we are not currently running any window background, so let's try to test it by opening some windows on the Microsoft Edge. Let's try to click and open the Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. So as you can see on the graph, there's a spike in here, which this is the part where we open the Facebook, YouTube, and the TikTok. So how are we gonna know that our CPU supports hyper-threading? So on this tab, we just look for our logical processors and the cores. As we can see, the logical processors is greater than our cores. So our logical processors is 12 and the cores is 6. So it means that the logical processor is greater than our core. It means it supports hyper-threading. So we will see that information in the CPU tab, the performance tab in our task manager, so that if you want to know if you are supported by the hyper-threading of your CPU, just look for it in the task manager. So in this part, I will be teaching you how to see the status of your processor. First, we need to go to the start button right here on the lower left of our computer window. Right click the start button and go to the device manager. By clicking that, you will see all the devices that is inputted in your computer. So we will focus on the processors, double click it, and double click anything on the list of the processors right here. After clicking that, we can see the window tab of our processor, which is our AMD Ryzen 5 5600G. So in the general tab, we can see the manufacturer here, which is the Advanced Micro Devices, and the location, which is a CPI processor container device, and the device type also is right here. So as we can see on this window, the device status is working properly. So we can say that our processor is working fine. So let's dive into the details tab. You can see on this part, upon clicking the details tab, on this part on the property drop down menu, find the power data right here. Upon clicking it, this is the power state supported by our CPU. So our power state mappings are listed also here. The power capabilities of our CPU. So upon clicking that, you will know what is the power capability or what is the supported power state of our processor. So click cancel after using it. So I hope you learned something on how to check your processor status and how to monitor your CPU usage.
Project 4.1. Explore the file system in Windows. File system stores and manages files, like a personal assistant to the file system user. In this project, you will employ File Explorer to view folders and files in Windows. Also, you view the information that is stored for files. First is start Windows 10 computer, then right-click this desktop icon. Then open File Explorer. After nyo mabuksan yung File Explorer, go to the left panel and click expand this PC. Then click the local disk. After you open the C drive or the main drive, click Windows to view more folders and files. After you click on Windows, you can change the file design or layout. Like on the top, click View and Contents. The file suddenly change, like lumaki siya. The view can also see the hidden files like this. Yung mga files na hindi mo normally nakikita na yan nilalabas niya. After that, close the File Explorer and stay logged in for the next project. Project 4.2. Create in folders in Windows. When you use an operating system, you will often need to create a new folder. In this project, you will learn how to create a new folder in Windows. Start your Windows 10, and right-click the desktop icon and open File Explorer. In the left panel, click this PC or expand this and click the main hard drive or local disk C. After you click the main drive or the disk C, click users and click on the same name as the account you used to log on. After you open this folder, you can create a file by going to the right top and click new folder. You can name it whatever you want. Let's say flat tech. After that, you can inspect the folder by show more options, properties. When you go to the properties, you can see the folder's information, security, previous version, and how to customize it. Like the whole information of the folder. There's another way to create a folder. Hindi lang yung dito. You can right click anywhere like this and click new, then folder. May mag-a-appear na new folder din. Ito yung isang way para makapag-create ng isa pang folder. You can also create a folder by going to the command prompt. Minimize this tab, then search command prompt and press enter. After you open the command prompt, type dir. This will show the folders on the users, like the one I made, which is flattex. To create a new folder, type mkdir and the name you want for your folder, like let's say cat na lang. Then press enter. To check na nagawa na yung folder sa command prompt, type dir again. Mag-show dyan yung mga folders uli, yung bagong folders. So hanapin natin yung folder ko, yung folder that just I made. Yan o, cat. Another good information in the command prompt, you can navigate to the root of the drive by typing cd then dash. You see na nasa main drive lang talaga siya, C drive. So when you type dir, ang lalabas lang is yung folder ng main drives, hindi yung user extra information. After that, close the command prompt and get ready for the next project. Project 4.3. Fix a corrupted MBR in Windows. A sudden power failure or a bad spot on the disk can corrupt the master boot record and prevent a computer from booting. In Windows, you can fix the master boot record using Recovery Console. This project shows you how to start the Recovery Console and fix the master boot record in Windows. For this project, you'll need the installation DVD or CD-ROM for the operating system. Also, you need to make sure all files are saved and that all users are logged off to the server. Insert the DVD-ROM for your operating system, but take no action if you see an installation startup window. Shut down the operating system and computer. First, you need to install the DVD on the DVD player and boot into the DVD. After you boot, the Windows setup programs will appear like this. Then click next. When you see the Windows, the Windows setup, click on the bottom right that said repair your computer. Yeah. After you click the repair your computer, there's a three option that will show up. And let's say continue, troubleshoot, or turn off your PC. Click troubleshoot and command prompt. After you click the command prompt, type bootrec / question mark and press enter. After you press enter, you can view the information for this command. This information contains the MBR, boot, the scan OS, and the pre-built PCT. If you have a problem on your MBR or others, just type bootrec - fix MBR. After that, it said the operation was completed successfully. Kasi yung sa akin wala namang problema yung MBR ko. Pero yung sa inyo, if meron, type nyo lang yun, so the command can fix it. After that, just boot into Windows and you have an fixed MBR. Project 4.4 Compress Files in Windows. In this project, you will learn how to compress files in Windows. You need a computer with a drive formatted for NTFS. First, start your Windows computer and log on. After that, click this Windows icon and click File Explorer. On the right panel, click this PC and your main drive, the C drive, and click Users, the user, and the one in the folder you created earlier on Project 4.2. After you open the folder, right-click anywhere on this area, click New and Folder. Then name the folder subfolder. After you created the subfolder, right-click it, then click Properties. After you click Properties, click Advanced, and click this Compress Contents to save disk space. And click OK. And then click Apply, and click OK again. After that, you can see the subfolder have a blue arrow that pointing each other, indicating that the folder and its contents are now compressed. If you open the subfolder and create a new text document file and press enter, the text document file has also the blue arrows pointing at each other. Ibig sabihin nun, tuwing maglalagay tayo ng file dun sa subfolder is automatically compressed na siya. Yun, that's how you compress a folder or a file. Stay logged on if you are continuing to the next project. Thank you. Project 4.5 Run Check Disk in Windows. Check Disk is an important utility included in Windows that verifies the integrity of a disk and file system. It also can fix problems that it encounters. In this project, you can run check disks to see how it works. First thing is to log into Windows and on the search bar, type command prompt. After you type the command prompt, you'll see this, Run as Administrator. Click that. After you open the command prompt, type chk tsk and press enter. This will examine your disk drives and verifies the integrity of the file system. If any errors are found, they will be reported but not be fixed. After the process, you'll see my Windows has scanned the file system and found no problems. And the second line, you'll see a warning /f parameter not specified. Running checklist is read-only mode. This means that errors will not be fixed. Then, if you type check disk again, but /f or fix and press enter, you'll see a prompt indicating that check disk cannot run because the volume is in use. You cannot run check disk with the /f parameter on the drive where Windows is installed, unless you run the command before the window starts. You'll do here is just press N and press enter. After that, close the command prompt. Project 5.1. Change BIOS setting to boot to a DVD. Your hardware system BIOS controls many basic functions of your computer. This chapter discusses the need to be able to boot from a DVD. You can find out how your system BIOS handles DVD booting by displaying the BIOS setup or configuration screen on your computer. The first step is start your Windows or Linux computer. You must watch carefully for a message that tells you which key to press or to enter the BIOS setup. Dito, mag-stop ko na yung screen record sa computer at lilipat ko sa phone kasi hindi siya pwede i-record. Well, hindi siya pwede record sa computer pag nasa BIOS ka. Ayan. I'm on my phone now. First, to enter the BIOS, click this and restart your PC. Then while restarting, spam the delete key. This key. Just spam this. Yes. After you spam the delete key, the BIOS will definitely appear. And press the advanced mode and press the boot. If you already inserted the DVD that contains the OS, just go into boot and look for the boot option. Here you can find your DVD that contains the OS. Select that and select the exit, save changes and reset, and click OK. Your computer will automatically boot into the DVD. That's how you boot to the DVD. Project 5.2. Document installed software in Windows. Before performing a clean installation or upgrading an OS, it is important to know what software is currently installed in the current OS. If you have to do a clean installation or the update doesn't correctly recognize the installed software, you need to have an accurate inventory of all your applications so they can be reinstalled in the new OS. If necessary, this project shows you where to look for installed application in Windows 10. First thing is start your computer and then in the search bar type control panel. Control panel. After you open the control panel, you'll see programs. Under the programs is uninstall a program. Click that. Then makikita mo lahat ng installed application on your device. The best way to save it is to take a screenshot by pressing Windows Shift S and a cross will appear. To take a screenshot, just i-drag mo yung cross to the area you want to take a screenshot at. Then click the snipping tool and click this to save the screenshot. Dito, papapiliin ka kung saan mo gusto i-save yung screenshot. So, sa akin gusto ko sa downloads. Then, I will rename the screenshot application. After you have saved all your screenshots, verify that you have the necessary installation media or setup programs and license codes for all your installed applications before you begin an OS update. If you only have setup files for downloaded application, be sure to save them on an external media before you begin the installation. Then, close all open windows and log off or shut down your Windows computer. Thank you.
Good day everyone, I'm Pia Gianne M Portento and I will demonstrate Project 6.1. Use the Add Device Wizard, simulate local printer. Step 1, we will start Windows 10 and log in. Step 2 is we're going to right click the Start button and search for the control panel. Step 3 is we're going to make sure that the view is on category. Open Hardware and Sound and add a device. Using the printer and scanners, we're going to add device. Step 4, if Windows can't find the device, cancel the wizard so we can use the manual printer setup. Step 5 is we're going to open Devices and Printer and click Advanced Printer Setup. In my case, it is viewed as Printer Server Properties. And open Advanced. And here we can show the information for notifications for local printer and show information notifications for network printers. Okay. And press OK. Step 6. When the search finishes, click the printer that I want isn't listed. Step 7 is we're going to choose and add a local printer or network printer with manual settings. And press Next. Step 8 is we're going to keep the default port LPT1 and click Next. Step 9, in Manufacturer, choose HP then choose HP Color, LaserJet 1600 class driver and printer and click Next. Selecting a driver tells Windows which software to use to talk to a printer. Step 10, accept the default printer name and click Next. Step 10, accept the default printer name and click Next. Step 11, choose Do Not Share this printer and click Next. We won't share this simulated printer on the network. Step 12, when prompt to print a test page, click Finish without printing because we don't have a physical printer. Now we can close the windows. Project Point 6 is complete. And that finishes the simulated local printer install. Next, I will install a network printer using its IP address or hostname. Project 6.2, install a network printer. Step 1, I make sure that I am logged in as an administrator. Step 2, open Control Panel. Right-click the Start button and find the Control Panel. Here we have to make sure that it is viewed by category. Next, we have to click the Hardware and Sound. Click Advanced Printer Setup. We'll use the Add Printer dialog again for network installation. Step 3, if the Windows does not find the printer automatically, click the printer that I want isn't listed. Manual options let us enter the IP address or hostname. Step 4, select Add a printer using IP address. Step 5, enter the printer's IP address and click Next. Step 6, when Windows locates the printer and the driver step appears, accept the printer name or type a descriptive name, then click Next. Step 7, choose Do Not Share this printer now and click Next. Step 8, optionally print a test page, then click Finish. Click Print a test page if a physical printer is available. Otherwise, Click Finish. But now, as we are successfully added the printer, we're going to print a test page. And we've successfully printed a test page. Step 9 is click Finish. Now, close Control Panel windows and Project 6.2 is complete. Both demonstrations are complete. Use administrator rights for driver installs. Use manual setup if automatic detection fails. And you can share or change printer settings via devices and printer. Right-click the printer and printer properties. That's all. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Michelle and I will be discussing Project 6.3 and 6.4 in Windows. Now let's start with 6.3, use Device Manager in Windows 10 or 11. In this project, we will use Device Manager to view where to install or update a driver in Windows 10 or 11. We can use this utility to determine if a device is working properly and to view other information about the device. Now let's get started. First, log into your Windows 10 or Windows 11 computer if necessary. Right-click Start and click Device Manager. Now that it is open, we should click to expand Display Adapters. Now that we have expanded it, double-click the specific adapter under Display Adapters. Here I have two, but we should click right now to demonstrate it is the Intel R UHD graphics. Double-clicking. Next step, make sure that the General tab is displayed. You see the device status, which tells you that the device is working properly. Here we can see the General, and in the device status, it says that this device is working properly. Next, click the Drive tab. Notice that you can click the Update Driver button to obtain an updated driver or install a driver if one is not already installed. Let's go to the driver, and as we can see, when we notice the Update Driver button, it says here that we can update the driver for this device. It also says that install a driver if one is not already installed. However, we have this Intel R UHD graphics, that's why there is only an option to uninstall device. Also, click the Rollback Driver button to revert to a previously installed driver if there is a problem with an updated driver. Here we can see that the Rollback Driver is not clickable because our driver is stated here that the device is working properly. This is only optional if the driver is not working. This button is disabled if you are installing the first driver. As you can see, we already have the first driver, which is the Intel. You can click Disable to disable a device without actually installing it, and you can click the Uninstall button to remove a driver. Here, as you can see, we have the Disable Device button, which disables the device, and the Uninstall device that I have stated a while ago, which uninstalled the device from the system. Now let's proceed to the next step. Click the Driver Details button. Here, as you can see, this is the Details Driver button. Next, display drivers usually have a number of associated files. The driver file details dialog box lets you view the name and location of the driver files. Click OK. As you can see, in our details, the property here, as you can click, we have the device description and a lot of information that states under your driver. And here we can see that the value is the Intel R UHD graphics. Now we click OK. Click the Resource tab to see the resource settings for the display adapter. Notice that there are one or more input and output ranges, one or more memory ranges, and an IRQ setting. A message at the bottom of the dialog box tells you if any conflicts are detected. Now we will open it again, double click, and go to the Resources tab. As you can see, we can see the one or more input and output range. Here we have one. Next is one or more memory ranges. Here I have two. And an IRQ setting. Here lastly. A message at the bottom of the dialog box tells you if any conflicts are detected. As you can see, there are no conflicts stated in our dialog box. Next, let us click Cancel and close Device Manager. Now, stay logged on if you are continuing to the next project. Since we will be continuing, let's now proceed to Project 6.4, Configure Mouse Settings in Windows 10 or 11. In this project, we will view the settings available for our mouse in Windows 10. Since we're already logged in, let us skip step 1. Now, right-click Start and click Control Panel. As you can see, I have no option for a control panel, so we can just search it in the search bar. Click Open. Now, click the selection arrow next to View By and click Small Icons. Here we can see that View By, right now it is in a category. Click the category and Small Icons. Next step is click Mouse to open the Mouse Properties window. Review the options available for changing the behavior of the mouse. Click Mouse. Let's find the mouse. It's right over here. Let us click it. And now it opens our Mouse Properties window. Let's review the options available for changing the behavior of the mouse. As you can see, it opened the Buttons tab. We can see the buttons configuration, double-click speed, click lock, and other tabs such as pointers, pointer options, wheel, and hardware. Next step, click the Pointers tab. Click the selection arrow under Scheme and click Windows Inverted Extra Large System Scheme. Let's go to the Pointers tab. Here we have the selection arrow under Scheme. Right now it is in Windows Default System Scheme. Let us click this and find Windows Inverted Extra Large System Scheme. Here, you can click it and click OK. And right now, as you can see, my mouse cursor is already enlarged and in a system scheme color, which is black. As you can see, when you move your mouse around the screen to see how it changes when you are inside a window. As you can see, when we put it on a black, it's color white, and on white, it's color black. Now, in the control panel, let's go back. Click Mouse again. In the next step, click the Pointers tab and select Windows Default System Scheme to set the mouse pointer back to its original settings. Let's go to the Pointers tab. Here we can see the scheme again. And then Windows Default System Scheme. Here, Windows Default System Scheme. You should click it. The next step, click the Pointer Options tab and review the options available. Click the Show Location of Pointer when I press the Control key checkbox. Click OK. Let's go to the Pointers Option tab. It's right over here. And let us review the options available. As we can see, we have the motion, which changes the pointer speed. You can choose it to slow or fast. We have the option Snap To, which automatically move pointer to the default button in the dialog box. And also the visibility, which Can help you display the pointer trails, hide pointer while typing, and also show location of pointer when I press the control key. This is what we're looking for, so let us click the check box and click OK. Now, as you can see, my pointer is already back to normal. And also, when I click the control key, as you can see, it shows a little bubble which helps me indicate where my mouse location is. Let's say I put it randomly all over my screen and then I can't find it anymore. I just need to click control and I can find it right away. Just like in the step 8, press control, notice the concentric circles displayed around the mouse pointer, which helps us locate the mouse pointer easily. The circles are very helpful when you are using multiple monitors. Lastly, in the next step, in control panel, click mouse again. Click the remaining tabs to see the other mouse configuration options. As we have tackled a while ago, we can see the button here. Now let's check the wheel. In the wheel, we have the vertical scrolling. We have the roll the wheel one notch to scroll. It has this. And the horizontal scrolling, tilt the wheel to scroll the following numbers of characteristics at a time. And here I just have it both on. And lastly, the hardware. As you can see, we can see the devices of our mouse and the device properties, which are the manufacturer, the location, and the device status, which shows here that the device is working properly. Since we're already done seeing the configuration options, we can click cancel as we are finished. And that finished our project 6.4. Next step is to log off or shut down your computer as we are already done. Thank you for watching.
Hi everyone! I am Ashby M. Dacanay from INF 243 and welcome to our tutorial channel. So in this video, we'll complete the project 7-1 using the Windows Disk Management tool, and we'll learn how to view existing volumes and create a new one in Windows 10 or Windows 11. And before we begin, make sure your system has Disk 0, which has the Windows OS installed, and Disk 1 and Disk 2, which are empty and offline. So if you only have 2 disks, that's fine. You can still follow along. If you have 1 disk with unallocated space, you can still perform this with small changes. And if you have no additional disk or unallocated space, you won't be able to do this activity. So let's go. And step 1, start and log on. Start your Windows 10 computer and log on to your account. And step 2 is open your disk management. You can just press Windows X and click the disk management here. If you see a message about initializing a disk, just click OK. And the disk management windows has 2 panes. Okay, the upper pane shows the summary of configured volumes and basic information. The lower pane shows all installed disks and how their space is being used. Okay. And step 3, just exploring the C volume. In the upper pane, right click the C volume. Notice some of the options available, like shrink volume, extend volume, and properties. We're not changing anything, we're just exploring. Okay, then step 4, bring disk 1 online and initialize it. Now in the lower pane, if it starts already online and initialized, you can skip ahead. If not, right click the disk 1 and choose online. So if it's online, just skip ahead, and then if it's not, right click and choose online, then right click it again and click initialize disk. The dialog box appear, leave MBR master boot record. Select and click OK. And now we're on step number 5, to create a new simple volume, just simply right-click the unallocated space of disk 1. You'll see options for creating a new simple volume. In older versions of Windows, this was called a partition, but now it's referred to as a volume. Just simply click the new simple volume to start the new simple volume wizard. Okay, just click next. The next step is to specify the volume size. You can just simply type 500 to create the 500 MB volume. Okay, click next. Here, in the step number 7 is to assign a drive letter. Just select S here in the drop-down list, then click next. And step number 8, here in the Format Partition window, click the File System drop-down arrow and select NTFS right here. And here, just type in the volume label box, data vol as volume 1 right here. Then click next, and the step number 9, you can just review and finish. Now, watch the space in this management where your new volume is being created. After a short pause, the formatting will begin. Click finish. Once it's done, the status should show healthy primary partition right here. And right there, you can just simply create a new volume in your disk management.
Hello everyone, I am Michelle, and I will be continuing the discussion on Project 7.2 and 7.3 in Windows. Now let us start with 7.2, work with volumes in disk management. In this project, we will examine the options for working with basic and dynamic disks. Note that the size of your disk may not match the size of the disk shown in this activity. Now let's get started by logging in to your Windows 10 or 11 computer if necessary. Right now it's already open. Right-click Start and click Disk Management. But since it's already open, we have it here. Notice that this 0 has 2 volumes, System Reserve and the C volume. However, in my device, I have 3. These volumes contain the system and boot partitions for Windows, so be careful not to make any changes to this 0. Next, this 1 and this 2 are basic disks. However, in my device, I only have disk 1, so let's only utilize disk 1. Disk 1 contains the data volume 1, which you created in the previous project. As you can see, it's right over here. Right-click disk volume 1 and notice the options for working with this volume. Since it's a basic disk, so if you have an option that is not supported by the basic disk, you're prompted to convert the disk to dynamic. If you were working with a FAT or a FAT32 volume, you would not have the option to extend, shrink, or add a mirror. But right now, since we're not working with a FAT or a FAT32 volume, we have the extend volume, shrink volume, and delete volume. Next, since we have right-clicked the data volume 1, click Extend Volume. In the Extend Volume Wizard welcome window, click Next. As you can see, in the selected disk window, you have the option of adding disks to which to extend. If you do so, you're prompted to convert the disk to dynamic because basic disks do not support extending to other disks, or what we call disk spanning. And the select the amount of space in MB, as you can see here and below. Type 500, which makes the volume 1 GB. Let's type 500. Then click Next. In the completing the Extend Volume Wizard window, click Finish. The disk is extended to about 1000 MB or 1 GB. We click Finish. And as you can see, we have extended it already to 1000 MB or 1 gigabyte. In disk management, right-click data volume 1 and then click shrink volume. Now let's click shrink volume. As you can see in the enter the amount of space to shrink in MB text box, type 500 and click shrink. The volume will be back to 500 MB. So we can see here the enter the amount of space to shrink in MB. Let's type 500 and click shrink. As you can see, it's already back to 500 MB. Right-click data volume 1 again and click add mirror. As you can see, we don't have an option to add mirror. There's no notification, but a disk management message will state that the disk will be converted to dynamic disk if you continue. If you see that, click no, because mirrored volumes aren't supported on basic disks. Now let's right-click disk 1. Notice the options for working with the disk. The option for creating a RAID 5 volume is disabled because you need at least 3 disks with available space for this configuration. The option to convert to GPT is disabled because you need to delete existing volumes first in order to change the partitioning method. Click Convert to Dynamic Disk. In here, in my device, as you can see, there is no convert to GPT or we can see that MBR disk because my disk is already in GPT. However, if you convert it into MBR disk, it will also show the same that there is no option to click the convert to GPT because it is disabled. We have a volume here, a data volume 1, that's why we cannot change it. And now let's try to click the convert to dynamic disk. As you can see, in this figure, you can see that there are a lot of options. However, my disk 1 is only an extended volume. That's why there are limited options for us to choose from. And the convert to disk to dynamic disk dialog box, as you can see here, you have the option to convert more than one disk to dynamic. It says here to leave the disk 1 checkbox selected and click OK. Now that we have clicked it, click Convert and then click Yes. The color of the volume label changes from blue to yellow, green to indicate it's now a simple volume rather than a primary partition. As you can see, we have here the name of the disk, which is disk 1, and a question that will convert and stated as yes. Now let's proceed to convert, and what will pop up says here the operation you selected will convert the selected basic disk or disk to dynamic disk. If you convert the disk to dynamic, you will not be able to start installed operating systems from any volume on the disk, except the current boot volume. Are you sure you want to continue? That's when we click yes. As you can see, in my device, the operation is not supported by the object, in which is a problem because my Windows is already Windows 11, and in this activity, it is stated that it is a Windows 10. However, take note that when you have already converted it into a dynamic disk, it will show the color of the volume label changes from blue to yellow-green to indicate it's now a simple volume rather than a primary partition. And since we cannot convert the disk 1 into a dynamic disk, I will only state the following steps that you will see in your device if ever you can also do it. Next is right-click data volume 1 and click add mirror. As you can see in this data volume 1, mine doesn't have one, but in your device, it will most probably show an add mirror option in there. Click this 2 and then add mirror. Click yes to confirm that this 2 will be converted to a dynamic disk. since I don't have this too, I will skip this part. The volume label changes color to red, indicating a mirrored volume. You can see here in figure 7 and 14. As you can see, there's no color. However, here it is little visible that the color of the volume has already changed. And you can see here in the disc 1 and disc 2, they're both dynamic. A status message will show that the volume is resyncing, copying information from the primary disk to the mirrored disk. Disc 2 now has a volume named Data Volume 1 and assigned the letter S. Now, close disk management. However, since we will continue with project 7.4, stay logged on for the next project. Note that this 1 is an MBR disk and this 2 is a GPT disk. You can use disks of different types in RAID configurations. Since my disk was already a GPT disk, I will demonstrate how to convert it into GPT to MBR instead, so that we can see the different types of RAID configurations. First, we need to delete this one. And now you can see we have the option to convert it into an MBR disk. Now let's convert it. And there we go. You can have the option, the freedom to convert it as long as there is no volume located in your disk. Now let's proceed with project 7.3, work with virtual disk in Windows. In this project, we will create and mount a virtual disk and then view it in Disk Management and File Explorer. First, log in to your Windows 10 or 11 computer if necessary. We're already logged in, so now open Disk Management. Since it's already open, click the Action menu. This is the Action menu. And then click Create VHD. Note that VHD, it means Virtual Hard Disk. In this Create and Attach Virtual Hard Disk, click Browse. Now, next step is click Data Volume 1S. Let's find Data Volume 1S. As you can see, it's right over here. And then type Virtual 1 in the file name text box. Then click Save. In the Virtual Hard Disk Size text box, type 200 to create a 200 MB virtual box. Let's type here 200. And similar to the figure below, and as you can see right now, it's almost similar. The virtual hard disk format is VHD by default because we're creating a small volume. You can accept this as the default setting. Click the dynamically expanding option button so that the disk file size is very small at first and then expands as you add data up to the 200 MB you specified. Recall that this concept is called thin provisioning. Now, let's click it, dynamically expanding, and click OK. And now, as you can see, the disk 2 is already right here. Next, when you create a VHD file in Disk Management, it's mounted automatically. The disks should be listed as Disk 3 and its status is not initialized, as you can see here. Right-click Disk 3, or what we call Disk 2 in my device, and notice the Detach VHD option in the menu. Let's right-click the Disk 2. As you can see, we have the option Initialize Disk, Offline, Detach VHD. Let's click Initialize Disk. In the Initialize Disk dialog box, click OK. Your new virtual disk is initialized and ready to have a volume created on it. In our virtual disk, let's see. The selected disk is this 2. And let's just click OK. And now you can see that it's already basic and it's already online. Next is right click the unallocated space of this 3 or this 2 in this activity and click new simple volume. Follow the new simple volume wizard to select the following settings. Okay, let us first right click this and new simple volume. Since we're already in the new simple volume wizard opening window, let's click next. Now let's follow the instructions here. Volume size, let us use the maximum size, which is 182. Next. The driver letter, assign drive letter into letter V. Let's find it here in the list. As you can see, here, it's letter V. And then let's proceed next. For the format, use the default settings, but make the volume label Virtual1. Here, we should type Virtual1. Make sure this is NTFS, the default, and the allocation unit size default. Next, as you can see, these are the selected following settings. When the volume has finished formatting, you can access it. The icon color of this 2 or this 3 changes to light blue, indicating a virtual disk. Now let us click finish, and as you can see, it says here that we already have the virtual one. And it's already in light blue, indicating this is a virtual disk. Now, right-click the volume and click Explore. We have right-click the virtual one, click Explore. And as you can see, there's nothing inside this virtual one as we just created it. For the next step, File Explorer treats the virtual disk and volumes in it like any other disk and volume. In File Explorer, click the S drive. You should see a file named Virtual1 with an adjacent icon indicating a virtual disk. Now let's go to the File Explorer. Let's go to Data Volume 1, the S volume. As you can see here in this icon, this is the virtual one that we have created in this 2, indicating that this is a virtual hard disk. Next step is right-click Virtual1 in the left pane of the File Explorer and then click Eject. The disk is no longer shown in File Explorer or Disk Management. Now let's go back to File Explorer 1. And here in the left pane, let's right-click Virtual1 and click Eject. We have clicked Eject. As you can see, it's not here anymore. And let's go back here in our disk management. As you can see, we don't have the disk 2 anymore and the virtual 1 volume. In the File Explorer, click the S drive. As you can see, we already clicked it. Notice that the virtual disk file size is only about 10 MB. Here in my device, I have it as 12 MB. The size expands if you add data to the file. Right-click Virtual1 and click Mount. Let's expand this. Check if we have the mount option. Here we don't have the mount option. However, if
you click the mount option or just double click the file, the volume will be mounted again. Let's double click. As you can see, there's no option that it will mount again. So if in your device, you could just click mount if you can see the mount option, or if you double click the file, it will be mounted again. Now you can dismount the visual disk again and then close all open windows. Now we're already done with the project 7.2 and 7.3. If you're continuing to the next activity, stay logged on, but since we're already done, you can log off or shut down the server. So thank you for everyone to tuning in this laboratory activity number 7, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.